1, 2.
Can you hear me, Bobby?
Yes, certainly can.
Oh, right.
Yes, how are you, Paul?
Just bear with me a second. One sec.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
I
pressed the wrong button, so we've started 5 minutes bloody early.
Hey, we're okay. We're okay.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody will have seen the start.
Well, you'll have to play it again in 5 minutes.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yes, I jumped on a bit late, didn't I? But yeah, I put my camera on and I didn't have my earphones in, so I couldn't hear you. I could see you.
Oh, right. I could hear you.
Talking. Oh, could you? I could see you talking. Hiya, baby. Baby's joined us, and it's we're a bit early tonight, baby, lad.
It's my fault. I pressed the wrong bloody button. I pressed the button to go live, and I meant to press a different button.
Yeah, well, so it don't matter. I mean, we're only 3 minutes now. It's 3 minutes early. That's all. He's out travelling. His baby. He says, "I've been out today, still travelling home."
Well, he might have been on the hunt for the clues for the what do you call it? Quiz.
Well, I watched you live last night, and I got worried. I thought, "Hey, up, he's sacked me." He's got a new. He's got a. No, I was here. I thought I was sulking because I thought you got a new co-host when Bibby jumped on.
Oh no, that was Sunday night, you dummy.
Well, it's last night, Sunday.
Yeah, but I didn't see you in the chat.
Yeah, I was. Well, I didn't say I just sat quietly watching.
All right, okay. Well, that's why I wouldn't have seen you in the chat then.
As you can see at top of the screen, it tells you how many's in, but it doesn't add up to who's speaking, does it? You see, not everybody speaks.
No, I don't look at the top of the screen. I tend to try and look at the.
He's been down London as baby. I thought you were down that way.
Well, London's not all south, is it? If you know what I mean.
Oh, there's a lot to see after London, yeah, but
or even before it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's it. We're before it.
Yorkshire's well before it.
well, aye. We're on way to Scotland, aren't we?
So what were we on? 1858. What we'll do, Bobby, is
that's a good year, that, Paul.
What? 1868. 1868. Was it? Anyway, what we'll do is I'll just run the start again, and it'll bring us up to 7 o'clock.
Right.
And then
so welcome to Paul and Bobby, and I'll pass it over to you, Paul, to start the night off.
Yeah, I'll start the night off again. So just bear with me a second. Here we go. Fasten your seatbelts. There we go. That's played it again.
Very good.
So
there was some colourful stuff there.
there was, wasn't there? Which gives it a bit of a clue, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So
not that I know, but
there you go.
I've got I've got a few. I think the tip that you said, the little clue you give about maybe it might be down south.
Well, it is down south.
Oh, right. I'm going to say that might come into play.
It is down south because if you were listening to my chat last night, I said to Bibi, that's just brought a thing for the quiz tomorrow night to my head. So there you go.
Right.
So it's down that end of the woods, really. Okay.
Right.
So let me just get my screen looking at what I went through. Right. Okay, I'm with you now.
What's that? I like that background you've got with pub on back. What I'm trying to look the three. What's it called?
Horseshoes.
3 horseshoes. Where's that?
That's Long Lane, near Derbyshire. No,
right.
Not near. That's Long Lane, Derbyshire, near Derby. And if you look to the right of my glasses, the proper right, that is. The other end. That way, that double window there was my room.
All right. It looks a well kept place.
Yeah, it was, and it is.
It looks a nice place.
I don't think it's called the 3 Horseshoes now, but it was when I was there.
Right.
I think it's just called the Horseshoes, but it's a very nice place. Nice little village.
It's good to see you.
The pub was actually owned by the village.
All right.
You know, all the people in the village own the pub.
That's so it was a co-op.
Yeah, the owners were. I was the landlord, but
all right.
And I paid rent to
the community, the cooperative,
the owners of the building. Yeah. So
very good,
very nice place. And I thought what I'd do is I would, for future reference, I will find all the pubs that I've been associated with and put one on every week as a background.
Very good.
I've got a bloody lot.
There might be a few people remember you from their local.
They might be.
You never know.
Might not be. But there you go. So How have you been doing this weekend? Good.
I've been doing fine. I've been. I don't know if you can see in my back. In my
Decorating,
background.
mate. I
Yeah,
can see.
I've still got the ladders there.
Yeah, well,
Side
I've
of the
noticed your
fridge.
ladders. I have noticed you've decorated.
Yes, I'm doing. Well, you can't see what I've done so far, but I've done the ceiling, and it's the worst job ever.
Well, haven't you done the back wall?
No, that's the cabinets. That's
No,
the cabinet.
I mean the far back wall underneath your cupboards.
No, that's tiled.
All right, has it always been that colour?
Yeah, yeah. It's,
Oh, just goes to show you.
if I put that light on, you might be. No, it don't show much better. But yeah, so I've done ceiling. Got worst job out of way.
Yeah, that's the worst.
It's a panelled ceiling, you know, and it's all full of bloody grooves and shapes, and it's a nightmare. But anyway, I got that done, and I got the coving done. So I'm moving down now to the woodwork and the walls,
Very
and
nice.
then. But I've had a few days off, few week off. To be honest, I've just been joining you. While I get done. Evening, Sharon.
Yeah, I've missed saying good evening, haven't I? A bit ignorant of me, really.
Well,
So hi, Kelsey, Queen Chegg, Lewis. Good evening. How's things going with you? Noxie, hi. The General, hi. Who else? Any more mini Scotch egg? Hi there. Nice to see you. To see you nice.
all right. Sharon's one of my mods. She just left me and said I've gone over to see Grandad. So.
All right. Okay. Why ain't she on yours then? What's wrong with you?
Well, I do know that Kelsey and Sharon, they jump about. I've got Kelsey in mine, and now she's in yours, so I think they work between themselves.
All right, well, that's good then, isn't it?
There's an horse's backside showing in your background. Can you see it? It's gone now.
It's me.
There was a little moving there.
Yeah, occasionally I get. Depends where I'm sitting on the screen. I think for the background removal thing just doesn't quite remove everything, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Apparently, yeah. Sorry, Bobby.
Kelsey's asking Bobby's ceiling taking longer than the Sistine Chapel. Well, I'm not a young lad anymore. I do a bit. I sit down and have a cup of tea, and then I'll do a bit more. But I've got a caravan at Nostell Priory, in Wakefield. We've got a static caravan there where we go. Well, nice. She tends to go and take dogs with her, which I prefer because she's not nagging me then, and I just get on with it then, you see. So that's what we did.
Well, that's nice.
Well, that's nice of Bibby, isn't it? Have you seen what Bibby's put there?
Where?
I'll put it on screen. There.
Oh, yeah. Bibby's nice. Had a good chat with him last night.
He's referring to you all there, isn't he?
He is, yeah. He is. But like I say, I had a good chat with him last night. He came up on...
yes, he did.
He came live. It was really good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my hour with it.
And he's doing really well with his own channel.
He is. He is.
I do believe he's got a live tomorrow. He goes live on Tuesday.
Tuesday nights?
Yes.
He does. I did apologise to him, though, because I don't jump in on Tuesdays. You know what I mean? I watch it at the end of the week sometime when I have a spare hour.
Right.
But,
yeah. But some people never get off YouTube, but that's the beauty. The beauty of YouTube is you can go to it whenever you want. It's like I was lucky enough to have time to watch you last night and maybe have a chat when I sat live. But if I hadn't, you can go back later, can't you? That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, you can. So, yeah, I do it twice a week, an hour with you and an hour on the Sunday night live. So,
yes.
Yeah, I enjoy the 2 hours a week. It's quite, I don't know what the word is, but it's nice.
Looks like Baby's had a busy day. He says, oh no, I need a rest after today. Hopefully I'll feel better for tomorrow. Yeah, he's been flying about. He's on his way back from London. It's a long time since I've been to. When was the last time you were in London, Paul?
Queen's funeral.
Oh, reasonably. Well, that last year.
No, year before, I think.
Is it that long?
Hmm.
Hiya, General JC. I didn't know it was 2 years. This is a year and a half since or whatever.
Well, it wasn't last year anyway. It was the year
Did you go
before.
down for that specific reason?
Yeah. I went to pay my respects.
Did you go past? What past? You queue up?
Yeah, I queued for 12 hours or so.
Wow, it's a long time, isn't it?
It
2
was.
minutes walk past.
12 hours I was in the queue overnight. So I joined the queue at 10:15 on Saturday night and got to pay my respects at 10:15 Sunday morning.
Yeah, that's nice. It's nice. Yeah, not something we'll see again in our lifetime, is it?
Well, I don't know.
A monarch dying like that. Mind you, you don't know,
I
do you?
don't know.
How
Don't
old?
hold your breath.
How old's King Charles?
Well, he's a bit older than me.
Is he? I'll have a look. See
But
what-
I think he was born a couple of years before me.
let's have a
So
look.
like
Yeah, well,
maybe 1949-ish.
mhm.
But of course, he's got the big C, hasn't he? So you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. 14th of November 1948. He's 75.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
75. So who knows, eh?
Well, you know, on past things, he's got a good heritage, hasn't he? You know, his mum
lineage.
was old, his dad was old, so
That's it. They've got a good lineage at the weight age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I say, he's got the big C, so you never know with that kind of stuff.
Well, having said that, I mean, it can be quite political, but the care they get is far more, you know, urgent than ours.
Yeah, well, we won't go there, Bobby.
No.
Okay.
No, it's not. There's a lot of things you have to let go of, isn't there? Otherwise, it'll get you wound up. So
Yeah.
it's as the Paralympics started then, because I know you've been taking interest.
Paralympics the 28th.
So it starts on the 28th. So another 8 days. So a week tomorrow then.
Yeah. Yeah, that should be quite good. I quite enjoy the Paralympics.
Yeah.
I'll have to get bigger ears.
Are they falling out, are they?
Yeah. It's because I didn't push them in too far, because the other week, one of the ends came up and stuck in my bloody ear.
I heard you saying last night.
Oh, God, it was a nightmare.
The little bug on end.
Yeah, bloody nightmare. Anyway, it doesn't make any
I've had that before. But the two things that never stop growing throughout your life are your ears and your nose. Do you know that?
Well, I'm glad about that then.
And
I've always had this button nose, you know.
And what's the same size from the day you were born to the day you die? What never changes size?
Well, it won't be your bloody brain, will it?
No.
What never changes size?
Yes, part of your anatomy. Yeah.
Okay. I don't have no idea.
It's your eyes. Your eyes from the day you're born to the day you die are that size. Yes, they never get bigger, they never get smaller. They don't change. And your nose and your ears never stop growing.
Right. Mini Scotch egg just says eyeballs before you mentioned it. That was quite good. I'm impressed. I wouldn't have known that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known that.
It's a true fact.
You learn something. You know, we're getting a bit educational now, aren't we?
We are, yeah.
Hey? We're getting things
That's why us old boys have all got big ears.
It is. Mine. I said last night mine are getting bloody bigger. Oh, what a nightmare.
Yeah, it's a silly thing, but people don't realise. That's why babies are so cute, because they've got big eyes, haven't they? You know.
Well, I don't know about all babies being cute, but good heavens, they're only cute in the parents' eyes. Some of them, aren't they?
Oh yeah, but you know, they're all supposed to look like Winston Churchill, aren't they?
Yeah, apparently.
That's what they said. If it's true, he's been a busy lad, hasn't
he? Yeah. He will have been.
Excuse me.
It's too many cigarettes.
Yeah, I know. I keep getting told.
You want to be getting up on my side. You must have had 6 while you were sat in the background waiting to come on.
No, I didn't have that many. I had one cigarette and I've still got half of it left.
All right.
Just have a quick toot.
That's good, isn't it?
Anyway, how are you doing, Sharon? I hope your other half's doing well. She's an hero of mine, is Sharon. She has a lot of hard work she's got to keep up with, and she's a lovely girl. I met her. Yeah, and the General GC, he's doing her well with his channel, but it's not your kind of channel, Paulie.
Well, I won't be watching it then, will I?
It's all young lads, and they're all shouting them all in and having a bit of fun. But there's a lot about It's not mine because bad language, but
yeah,
means something else in Belfast.
I won't be watching anyway. So there you go. So he's a general from Belfast.
It looks like it. Yeah, he's definitely an Irishman. He's from Northern Ireland. I know that.
Northern. Oh, right. There you go. That answers the question, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's SH legal. Yeah, we've got a few in. A few jumped on now.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's probably because we went a little bit early and blew everybody off, really.
So, while they're sat in anticipation about a quiz, have we to ask the question? Don't ask the question, Paul, whether anybody knows about the quiz, what it is or where it is.
Well, yeah, does anybody know about the quiz, and do you know where it is? There you go.
And the clue is, which is already given out, it's down south of England.
And if you watch the start, you'll have seen there's a great big clue within the start. You can't miss it. General GC put in Essex, and I presume he means Essex as in the answer, which is in the right area. So
Knox's put Portsmouth.
It's in Portsmouth anyway.
Mini Scotch egg. It looks like they agree with General.
Everybody can agree with him, but I'm telling him it's in the right area. It's not what I asked. Where is it? I could have said, well, it's in bloody England, couldn't I?
Right.
I got it right. So the answer to the question has not been answered.
Yes. So
there you go.
It's possible. It sounds of it. What I'm reading about, Paul, is that it's in Essex area.
It is. It's in Essex.
It's quite a big place, is Essex. Can we narrow it down and give any other clues? No.
No, the clue's there in the thing. There's a great big clue in the video. Kelsey's got it right. It's on planet Earth. There you go. Kelsey's won.
Now then, Rabness, wherever that is.
I have no idea, matey. I might just Google that just to see if it's anywhere near where I'm on. You carry on, Bobby, while I just...
Yeah. So, yeah. And that behind you is somewhere in Yorkshire. I know that for sure. The big picture.
It is. Okay. So, the General, you've won. You've got it right.
Rabness.
Yeah.
That's an unusual name. I've never heard of it.
No, I hadn't. It wasn't the answer I was looking for, but it is right. If you see what I mean.
Yeah.
Because
so
what I was looking for was Manningtree, which is a town, I think.
You can't do a quiz and put that up without giving us a little bit of info.
Well, the info is they call it the fairy tale house, and the clue in the video was the artist who created it. And the artist's name's just gone straight out my bloody head. But it's that artist that dresses up in really, really
somewhat Perry.
Perry, that's it. Grayson Perry. That's
Grayson Perry, yeah.
Yeah. It's a house he created, created and built and whatever at Radness. And as far as I'm having great problems. And apparently you can stay there.
Right.
But
it's
that might have finished by now. But it is a colourful place by the look of it.
Yeah, very artistic. You want to get from one of them little headsets instead of big ones,
It does me hair in.
All right.
You know what I mean?
But you can get some little ones with a little arm on that sits at back.
Yeah, okay. I pushed it in harder now, so
But you'll be up all night trying to get the bugger out.
Yeah, well, I've got my pliers ready.
Someone says, have you been letting the general know the answers? Because Knox is not happy.
No, I haven't.
General been passing brown envelopes over to get the answers.
Not to me, he hasn't. So he must have used a little bit of common sense, I suppose, to get to the answer. He might have taken it from Grayson Perry, if you see what I mean.
Yes.
Because if you search for Grayson Perry, of course, the little fantasy house bit, fairy tale house, or whatever you want to call it, will come up. So,
but at the same time, if you like Jason Perry's style, it'll show in that, won't it?
Yeah.
You know, it does in an artist style.
Yeah. So there you go. That's got quick answer tonight. Quite impressed. I thought it would be quite hard.
Well,
it was hard doing it. There you go. I'll have to find something even. Queen Chegg, it's near Colchester's in the right-ish area. Ish, being the ish. Yeah, so I'll have to try and make it a little bit harder next week.
Yes. It was a good question, no? It were worthy of a quiz.
It was, I think. But saying that, it was a last minute thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was if nobody got it or couldn't understand it, blame Bibby, because it was him that gave me the clue. So there you go. Bibby mentioned about the quiz.
He did, yeah. You had a good old chat with him yesterday, and
yeah, I did.
I must admit, I was getting a bit scared. I thought, hey, up he sacked me as Paul. He's got a new co-host.
No, wouldn't do such a thing. Certainly, co-host on a Sunday night is different to a Monday night. My Sunday night chat is completely different to my Monday night chat.
Yeah, it's you involve Levi, don't you?
Yeah.
Things.
Yeah.
Things. Well,
there's answers I can answer, but there you go.
Well, we'll have to see if we can get a guest on, Paul, maybe. Pre-book one week.
Well, you can give it a go if you want.
I mean, Bibby was quite polite. He was a good guest to have, but Bibby's a nice lad. He's laid back, he's chilled out. He ain't in a rush.
I'm open to everything, Bobby, to tell you the truth. But like I've said to you before, if they know the rules, they know the rules, don't they? It's easy.
Yeah.
So if you want to open it up and send out a link, feel free. It's there. The link's there. It's your stream as well as mine.
I don't know what link is.
It's up to the. It's up at the top left, and it says "Add guest." Can you see it? Top left.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Add guest. You click on that, and that gives you the link.
You put that in.
So, like I say, I'm easy. If somebody wants to come on, as long as they're not shouting out and gobbing it off or whatever.
I can only put it in mine. I've put it in mine. You'd have to put it in yours because it says sending messages is only supported for hosts. Enjoy the stream. So
okay,
you know
go on then.
the
So
joint
we
chat
know
there.
if anybody joins, we know that they've come from your stream, then, don't we?
Yes, yes. But
Because
you've got full control over the joint
but,
stream, if you like, the joint chat.
But saying that, you know, I wouldn't have thought that there'd be anybody on my stream that would want to come on tonight. Maybe would, I would presume, but I don't want to push the lad too much. He was on last night.
Get
So
yourself
there you
on,
go.
maybe. I've put the link in my chat, but I've only got mods in mine, so nobody's really turned up. They've got Sharon and SH Legal and Andy, Kelsey, but they're in and out. Bibby. But yeah, anybody's.
You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome.
Don't forget, Paul's got his, what do you call it? Your bat.
Your divvy stick.
He's got his divvy sticks. Anybody does come on.
It's still there, you know, I still have it.
What we've done, you see, is we've rigged up a big red button. And when we either him or me press that big red button, you'll see a divvy stick fly up on Paul's side of Paul.
Yeah, of course you do. There you go. So I put it up on mine.
Yeah, I think
So,
Mini Check's telling the mum to get on.
Mum won't come on. So Roscoe, good evening. Nice to see you. To see you, nice. You haven't missed much. You've missed the quiz, but it's been answered, so there's no point in me telling you about it. So, and apparently everybody thinks General got the quiz because he bribed me. Well, I can tell you now, he sent no such bribe.
Well,
and if he did, I didn't get it.
I'm Paul's co-host, and I don't believe him.
I was looking.
I'll tell you why, Paul, because last night you spilt the beans. You were saying to Bibby, oh, you know, I'm a pensioner. We're all open to a few bob. So.
Well, we are. But, you know, that doesn't mean that I actually took a few bob. But, you know, talking about opening to things, you know, there's that buy me coffee thing, isn't there?
Yes.
Yeah. And I think it's sort of making me own, buy me a gin.
All right.
Yeah, I thought.
Buy me a gin.
Yeah, buy me a gin. But apparently there isn't one, so it's pointless, isn't it?
Yeah. Would you like to jump back on, baby, and have a chat with me and Paul? It's up to you, mate. I enjoyed your chat you had last night with, but I tell you what, I spoke to Bibby yesterday twice because he were on the lives.
Yesterday.
Yeah, he were on your live and he were on his own and somebody else's. So
was he live yesterday?
Yes, he was.
Oh, right, okay.
He does them in between his night owls.
Okay.
Well, he's still out at the moment. Yeah, he's travelling, isn't he? He's coming back, so back home. So
yeah, he's on that electric thing. Well, it might not be electric down there. Thinking about it. I was just thinking where I presume he lives. I'm only presuming where he lives.
Mm-hmm.
But I know when I was down that way, near Epping, I used to catch the underground. Used to go to Epping. So
right.
That's why I said electric train.
Right, and
so, if you see what I mean. But
yeah.
Anyway, that's another bit of useful information. I didn't have a pub down there. I was in the forces down Epping way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So what's your plans this week, Paul? Have you got any plans, or is it just see what happens and how it goes? Well, my plans are like every week, really. I just get up in the morning and think, am I still alive? Oh yeah, I'll do something then. But I don't really make plans.
No.
I've got a plan in my head that I want to go up to see my son. So,
Newcastle, isn't it?
well, he's that way, yeah. He's so I would like to. I would like to pop up, if you see what I mean.
Yes.
I went up a couple of weeks ago, but I'd like to pop up now again. Things change, so there's a lovely pub in Epping Forest, apparently called the King's Head.
That's not useful. That's not useless information. That's good to know. Is that the King's Head?
It is, yeah. In the middle of Epping Forest. Yeah. I wouldn't have been to it, Noxie, because I didn't frequent pubs at that time in my life. I was not a pub person at that time in my life, so I wouldn't have been there. I might have seen it, but I wouldn't have been there. Anyway, what everybody's saying, it's wet and windy and it's raining and whatever. What's it like with you, Bobby?
Okay, yeah.
It's cracking here. Well,
it's been mixed. It's been mixed weather the last couple of days. I mean, bloody wife's driven me mad. She's saying, get washing out. It's a lovely day, or it's a windy day, which is always good for. Yeah, and she'll have me putting washing out, and all neighbours are out putting bloody washing out, aren't they? And then an hour later, it's spitting. Get them back in. Bloody nightmare.
Peter Kay just came straight in my head when you said it's spitting.
But us married man, we have to do as it's told.
Yeah, you do.
So that's why I'm painting at the minute. I'm doing all right. She's happy. You know,
that's good enough then, isn't it? If they're happy.
That's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah, of course
that's
it is.
The main thing.
Of course it is. So
are you doing any more stuff on your channel, Paul? Just
like?
with lives now? You just because you
were doing the 2 lives.
You're just doing them now? No, because you said you were thinking of doing some other stuff, and maybe.
Well, I think a lot of things and then don't do them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I do occasionally put stuff on my channel. I put a song I heard when I was in the army in 1972. I put a song on my channel about that. So
right, and you keep Scott Chegg channel going, don't you, as well?
I do, yeah. Well, I try my best. I do.
I've noticed you posting stuff up there for him.
I put all his music every Friday night. There's 2-hour music with him hosting,
right,
on my channel every Friday night. So, if you want to hear some banging music, head banging music, or what you ever call it, electronic, house, garage. Gee, I'm getting into all them technical terms. I don't even know what they mean, but I'm getting into them.
Well, it's not my kind of not music, but I mean, I know you said it wasn't yours, but more you listen to it, you said you can get into it a little bit.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it, really? Because, back in the day when he was doing it, and he used to say, "Grandad, I'm live tonight. Come and listen." And I used to say, "Oh God, no, can't listen to that bloody banging music." And yet now, it's a totally different kettle of fish.
Yeah,
it isn't too bad, the music, quite honestly. It's not the best, but it's not too bad.
No. Well, Bibby says it's been lovely weather down there today. So it's we all know down south that they get milder weather, don't they, than we do?
Well, that's because they're down south, isn't it? They get everything more than us.
Think of them poor buggers up in Scotland on islands. Hey, they do get bad weather, don't they?
Well, yeah, but they deserve it, don't they?
You have to be a toughie to live in Scotland.
Yeah, you do.
And it's somewhere I've never been.
Yeah.
Never been. And I would now, at my age, I fancy going,
It's quite nice.
beautiful countryside. But when I were younger, it just didn't appeal to me. You know that, and I always visaged it being cold and damp and miserable. You know, I never.
No, I don't think it is really.
Well,
Well,
and the struggle from these midges, don't they?
well, not in the cold and damp, they don't, do they?
No, but apparently in summer that there's
Yeah.
lots of them that come.
Yeah,
There's hundreds of them, isn't there?
apparently so. Yeah, but Scotland's quite nice. I did 6 months up at just outside Abbeymoor when I was
All
in
right.
the forces. I can't remember exactly where it was, but I did 6 months up there. We were building. What were we building for some local laird? Because I was with the Royal Engineers at the time, so you know they're the ones who build stuff, and it was we were building a dam. That's what we built, a dam,
Right.
to so that they had water all the year round.
Mm-hmm.
And we were there for 6 months. It was really, really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really nice. I enjoyed it. And of course, I learned to ski as well, so which was a bonus, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, of course it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can imagine the lochs and the countryside up there is
It's
beautiful.
nice.
You know, and I like watching Edinburgh. You know, the festivals and that.
Yeah, it's nice in Edinburgh.
When that's happening, I watch it on TV and YouTube. You know, but other than that, I mean, Glasgow is it Edinburgh? Is that the capital of Scotland? Is it Edinburgh?
Edinburgh's the capital, yeah.
Right. But Glasgow is the other big name city, isn't it?
It is, I think, yeah. I don't
And
know
they're
if
totally different, aren't they? They're totally different people.
Well, yeah, I presume it's a bit like Yorkshire and Lancashire, isn't it? You know, Yorkshiremen are Yorkshiremen, and Lancashire people are
Well,
to the side of hill. As such.
what? Well, Lancashire, Yorkshiremen tolerate young Lancashiremen. That's
it. That's it.
We tolerate them. I always said that when I even say it now. With somebody I used to go drinking with a friend of mine years ago, and we'd meet up every Wednesday. And he was from Manchester, but he lived in my town. And he hadn't lived in Lancashire for 30 years before then. And when I used to introduce him to a friend, I'd say, "This is this is Ian. He's from wrong side at Till," and everybody would know what I meant.
Yeah, there you go. Baby, Southerners are the best. Yeah.
That's it. Roscoe's right there. Yorkshire puddings versus hot pots.
Yeah. I mean, they're both as good as each other, aren't they?
Yeah, but Yorkshire puddings are known around the world, aren't they? Even Americans eat Yorkshire puddings.
Yeah.
But, I don't like that black pudding.
Oh, I love black pudding.
That's a Lancashire dish, isn't it?
Oh, I love black pudding.
No.
Oh, good heavens above. I love it.
Isn't it all rubbish from a pig?
It's blood.
Yeah, blood and bloody fat from a pig, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not for me, is that? It's like that haggis. Somebody thought it was an animal that run round up in Scotland, didn't they?
In a kilt.
Yeah. Can you catch me an haggis and send me it? What's that made of? Does anybody know what that's made of?
Yeah, well, it's there's lots of taters in it, I think.
Is there?
And what's all those other things? You know, not taters. Do you know? I do know what's in it, and I can't think of it. It's all gone straight out my head.
Well, a lot of these foods are cheap foods, aren't they? Because
it's nice.
They're traditional. Nice. They go back. You know, sometimes hundreds of years when people couldn't afford. You know, so they made up, didn't they? They created these dishes. Yeah. It's like Liverpool. They have they call it the scouse, and it's like a stew. Liverpool people have, and apparently you can that's a dish that originates from Liverpool. It's called scouse.
Is it?
Yeah, offal. It's offal is the that's what they use. It's like a cheap substitute is offal, isn't it, for meat? They pack it up with offal, don't they?
Well, you can get offal's quite nice. Quite honestly, it depends what part it is that you think. But there's some really nice offal.
Right.
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 The younger ones won't like offal because it sounds bloody disgusting. But there is some really healthy products that come in the form of offal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roscoe's, they can't beat a Lincolnshire sausage. You're right, Roscoe. I like, I'm particular with my sausage. I like Cumberland sausage. When it's the big curly one. I like them.
Yeah.
Hey, Kelsey's been Googling, can't she?
I don't know.
I'll let you read it out. I'll put it on
I can
screen.
see it. I can see it. I thought I'd just go on DuckDuckGo and see what it says about haggis.
Kelsey's put haggis is lungs, heart, and liver, I think. Wrapped up in sheep's stomach. What a treat. Yeah, because, like I said, some of the dishes go back hundreds of years. And when they were created, it was considered a traditional dish for the simple reason people couldn't afford meat and they couldn't afford, expensive food. So they create their own.
Yeah. Well, Kelsey's right, because that's what it is, apparently.
Baby, behave yourself.
So,
yeah.
I didn't know that, but there you go. It's there's lots of other things in it besides lungs, heart, and liver.
I'll say goodbye to Sharon. She's a busy lady. Thanks for jumping on, Sharon, and helping out. Love you to bits, lady. You take care.
Yeah, bye, Sharon. Love. Take care. Missing you already. Come back real soon. Take care because I care. There you go. Lungs, heart, and liver. Can't go wrong, can you?
No, it's not for me. Not for me.
Well, actually, it does taste quite nice. I can honestly say. If you didn't know what was in it, it does taste quite nice.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very nice, does it?
No, it's a bit. There's lots of things that sound bloody awful when you say, "Oh, I'm having so and so for tea," and somebody else, and it's because somebody, they haven't eaten it before, or they've heard other people. It's a bit like them little green things. What do you call them little green things that are born for 3 weeks before Christmas? What are them?
Half the veg bloody country's green.
Yeah, little green things. Sprouts.
Sprouts.
You say to people, "Oh, sprouts, great," and they can't eat sprouts. Bloody awful. And sprouts, yet, if you do them right, they're cracking.
Yeah, but sprouts were involved. Sprouts were invented to torment kids because there's no kids likes them.
And why don't they like them? Because their grown-ups don't like them.
Yeah.
Because they don't like them, even though they might not have ever eaten them.
Yeah.
Baby, I love sprouts, mate. They're great. I can honestly say.
Evening, GRJ. Evening, Bobby and Paul. I'm just getting ready to leave for the gym, but I wanted to check in and say hello. Hope you're both well.
Yeah, good evening.
Thank you for that, GRJ. Have a great time at gym, mate. Well, I remember, I don't know if you agree or like, because I know you, you've got stray cabbage coming on.
Cabbage, now that's a vegetable all in its own, isn't it?
Shall I have to put him on screen?
I don't know. Is he showing his face?
Hello, Bobby.
Oh, he's coming on the back. I'm with you now.
Now this is Paul. This is Ronan, friend of mine.
Hi, Ronan.
This is Paul.
Hello.
He's an Irish lad. He had a YouTube channel but he spoke his mind and they took it off him. That's basically it. So now he tends to because he reports on stuff from the art, you know. I mean, what he believes, and now how can we catch you now, Ronan?
Bobby, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you, mate.
It's just a bit different, this format. I'm not seeing the wee rectacles, no, my sound rectacles.
No,
yeah,
it's slightly different on here. So how can people catch you, Ronan?
Well, I think I'll first off, before I'll tell anybody where they can actually find me, because I'm on more on X these days. I post a lot on X because you've got sort of freedom of speech. But I wanted to jump on and ask you, how do you feel about the new Starmer regime?
Oh, politics.
We aren't going there, mate. Sorry.
Paul's quite he's quite firm in his. I'm trying to be nice, Anna Paul. It's quite.
If you want.
I'll tell you, Paul can be a pain in the ass. Anyway, listen. No, it's. I'm shocked. I'm shocked, Ronan. I'm shocked. I never thought in my lifetime I'd see this kind of control. You know, it's not good. His first thing he did when he jumped on in charge was take the winter what is it, allowance off
the winter money off, and Labour promised that they would never do that. And
I just saw on the news tonight that there's a chance that everybody's fuel bills could be going up 9%. That's a ridiculous amount.
I mean, you can't put that down to him, can you?
Right.
Quite honestly, you can't put that down to Labour that the bloody fuel bills are going up.
Well, he first thing they did, though, wasn't it?
What? Put the fuel up?
Yeah, when they stopped the winter fuel allowance for the old.
That's a totally different thing, isn't it? He has no control on the cost of fuel. They've no control at all.
Right.
I mean, what they could do, if they pulled the finger out the backsides and thought about it, they could remove the VAT for one.
Yeah.
And then they could look at this stupid thing, what they call daily charge. I don't know what it's called, but it might be called daily charge.
Mm-hmm.
It's too bloody much. Every time it goes up, the fuel, the daily charge goes up. And
what's the daily charge?
Well, I don't know what you call it. There's a daily charge on fuel.
Right.
So you pay so much every day, whether you use it or whether you don't, you still pay.
Oh, you mean it's like a standing charge, yeah?
Standing charge, yeah.
Yes.
It's a daily charge, isn't it?
Yeah, same thing, yeah. You've got so much to pay just to get the service regardless of what you use.
Yeah, well, if you don't use it, why should you be paying a bloody standing charge, quite honestly?
Yeah. So you're paying for just to get the service.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts, Ronan?
Well, we don't have the same type of thing over here. And I've noticed any time I'm in England, you just pay for a hell of a lot more. We use whether it be your water, like we don't have water bills here. We don't really pay for any of those things. But wow. I noticed in England that they really, really hit you hard, regardless of what government is in. And for me personally, we spoke about this before, Bobby. It was the proportional representation, where it determines how many people you have in your political party, determines basically how many seats that you get. To correct me if I'm wrong on that. I'm not totally 100% knowledgeable in it. And for instance, if Bobby's an independent and 25 million people or a certain majority of people vote for Bobby, even though the people want him to run the country, for example, he only gets a certain amount of seats and he might not actually be able to run the country.
That's right.
So for me, that is corruption. Regardless of your Tory, Labour, Reform, it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
So that is a big issue. So what they've basically done is solidify a two-party state, and it can be easily corrupted. So instead of corrupting many different political parties, they only have to focus on two. And you have to look at big business, big landlords, big pharma. I mean, it's absolutely disgusting, especially in England. Especially what they're doing to the people in England right now, because we've got a lot of people representing us here in the north of Ireland, all different political parties, left-leaning, right-leaning. So we can really cope with things. But in England now, it seems like you're represented, or there is an illusion of democracy. You have this illusion of democracy, but really they're all singing off the same song sheet.
Yeah, it's complex, but at the same time, yeah, are we all living to a narrative? You know, you can. It's difficult because you can read it how you want to read it, or you know, I don't. What do you think, Paul?
Well, you don't want to know what I think, quite honestly,
Why?
because you don't. I can tell you now. You don't want to know what I think.
You're not very keen on that subject, are you?
No, I'm not. I'm not keen on it at all because I think there's plenty of places over on YouTube that does
Right.
this type of thing, and I don't think it's.
I know what you're saying.
You know what I
What do
mean?
you talk about here? What's the type of topics that you...
We don't
We-
have topics. We just go by
Yeah.
what's in the
Chat.
chat.
Yeah,
You
we
know?
all it's just a laid back get together. So let me just ask you, Ronan, what's the weather like over there in Ireland today?
Absolutely shite.
Yeah.
Is it?
It was really, really bad. I'm not going to lie to you. I went to go out for a walk today. I had a few drinks last night, Bobby. I had too many Guinnesses. I went out with a couple of friends. Had about 7 pints of Guinness. I was only supposed to have 2. And then there was a bit of a sing-song, and I had too much. And I woke up this morning at about 5 a.m. And listen, I'm 37 now, right? And the last time I had a drink was a good while ago, and I was absolutely hanging. The guts were hanging out of me, and I was just like, I'm not doing that again.
Listen, Ronan, dispel a mystery if you like. Now you're obviously an Irishman. You no doubt you've been over to England in some time during your life.
Yes, well, my wife's from Liverpool.
Right. So, is the Guinness brewed for the English people different to what you Irish guys have? Is it a different drink?
Well, I had a pint of Guinness in Liverpool that was really nice, and one of the things that I noticed is, I think there is a traveling difference. I think if it travels, I don't know about if they make Guinness in England or whatnot, but if I had a pint of Guinness last night and it was horrible, it was disgusting because the pipes weren't cleaned out properly. But you could go. It doesn't matter the look of the place. Like there's or even the price of it. Even there's a place I go to that it's a shithole. It looks like Moe's Tavern from The Simpsons, and it does the nicest pint of Guinness ever, and it's half the price. So I think it's more to do with the taps, making sure the taps are cleaned out. And I think if Guinness isn't a regular drink in that said pub or bar, then the pipe might not be cleaned out as much.
Right.
So then whenever they go to port, it tastes a bit bitter or stagnant. For me personally, Guinness can be a bit bitter, but it needs to be smooth, and it can't have the sort of reflect water. Yesterday, I had a couple of pints from this place, and it was like bitter water. But I necked it into me anyway because I don't, it's alcohol at the end of the day. But a real good pint of Guinness will be smooth, creamy, with a little bit of a bite to it, but not. So I don't know. I can't actually answer. I've had good pints of Guinness in England. I have to say I have. London isn't the best to have a pint of Guinness, but the north of England.
London's not the best to have anything.
Yeah,
quite honestly.
Yeah.
That's basically because it's bloody south.
Oh,
However, back to Guinness. Let me just get back to Guinness.
Yeah, go on.
Because I've just ducked it, and it's brewed in 50 different countries worldwide.
Is it really?
Yeah. So there you go.
But what I was interested in is there's a Dutch beer. I couldn't say which it is, but there's a Dutch beer that we drink over here in the UK, and it's very popular. And the Dutch don't drink it. It's brewed specially for this country. I just wondered if it's same with the Indians and the Kiris. They do it to suit the English. It's not similar to how they'd eat it. I just wondered if because people have said to me who've been to Ireland, Guinness over there seems a lot nicer than it is in England. So
it is. No, don't get me wrong. It is, but I've had a really good pint of Guinness in Manchester at one time, and there's bars in Liverpool. So I suppose it's like anything. If it's brewed in the area, and then the pipes are clean and it's fresh and everything's done right, then it's going to taste right. But if you might go into a bar and they just don't have it done right. The pipes aren't cleaned and or whatnot. And sometimes even the way people pour it too, it can. People just. There was an Englishman last night. I bought him a pint of Guinness, and he had it necked in about 10 seconds, and I says to him, you're not going to get the benefit from that. No sip on it. Let it settle.
Yeah.
Make sure you let it settle for a good 2 minutes.
It's an acquired drink. It's an acquired drink. It's like Marmite. You either love it or you don't. It's something my dad used to always drink it, and I can't stomach it. It's too heavy. It's too heavy.
Bourbon. See, when it comes to whiskey, I prefer bourbon. I don't really like Irish or Scotch. I like bourbon. There's a really, I like bourbon whiskey. Now it's a quite a, but it's each to their own. It's an acquired taste. But Guinness is just one of those things. It's not even like Marmite, because you can actually really like. I used to drink beer. There's a beer over here called Harp. I should send you over a few things, and you can maybe.
That's a lager, isn't it? Paul was in the hospitality trade with the pubs for a long time, wasn't you, Paul?
I was, yeah.
Do you understand how a cellar works, Paul? Did you actually run?
Yeah. I do. I know exactly what he's talking about. So
right,
yeah, he's 100% correct. If the pipes are dirty, it's going to affect the ale, no matter what ale it is.
Right.
So yeah, he's correct. On his,
so it's a matter of being on top of your cellar and keeping a good cellar. Yeah,
you've got to keep it clean. The thing with beers, and when I say beers, I don't mean you pretend beers like lager, but beers are alive. They've got yeast in them. So of course, as it's going up a bloody tube, the yeast is sticking to the tube, and what happens to yeast? It just gets more and more and more, and then boom, your pipes are crap.
Right.
But there you go. That's a bit of technical shit.
Yeah.
But no, it's interesting though, because people say that, but I think that's just maybe some Irish people just spinning a yarn, saying, "Oh, the Guinness is better here." The Guinness is good wherever it's going to be done properly at the end of the day.
You're right. I think you're right. If it's served correctly at the right temperature and it's kept correctly, it's going to be nice.
Yeah.
So, you can't get away from the fact, can you? If it's not kept right, it's not going to taste right.
You have done a couple of videos in past, Ronan, where you have been out and about having a beer, haven't you? And I've seen you.
If anybody's ever in Dublin, right, it's a Wetherspoons now, so people are maybe roll their eyes at this here, but it's a different type of a Wetherspoons. It's in Dublin. And you'll get a pint in this. I go to the protests, cover all the protests, all the political things down there. And I was looking for a cheap place, because Dublin's quite an expensive place. But see, when you come out of Busaris, type into, I can't tell you the street because I can't remember the street, because I got absolutely pissed. Can't remember the street. And there's this wee Wetherspoons. It's the closest one to Busaris in the middle of Dublin, and it does pints for €2 or €2.80. So you're talking about, it's really, really cheap. It's absolutely nothing, and they're a bit heavy. They're a bit bitter, and I'm not going to lie to you. The pump that they use isn't the average pump. You have to manually do it yourself, so it's not like you just
hand pull.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, it's that type of a system. But it's really, really cheap, and it's really, really strong. After about 4 pints, I felt like I drank about 8.
Wow.
And yeah, that's how strong it was. I don't know if it was because I wasn't tolerant to the beer, but they're different beers, and they're European. They're from all different parts of Europe, and then there's local ones too. And it was brilliant, and that's our stronghold now. Anytime that me and the ones in the south meet up for the protests before we cover it, all the media people, we'll meet up there afterwards, or if there's something kicks off, there's a riot. Well, that's our point. We know this is where we'll be safe, and this is where we'll go to. And the beer's absolutely fantastic. It's brilliant. It's a really, really nice beer. So, and the taps are clean. The taps are very clean, and it's in an old building. Very, very nice architecture to the place. But if anybody's in Dublin, I suggest you go to that one.
Really interesting. Yeah, interesting.
There you go. So sorry to butt in, but Stray Cabbage, I'm not being ignorant or anything, but we're coming up to the hour.
Yes.
And
we just do an hour, Ronan.
We only do an hour. We don't go over. We just do the hour, and it's done. But thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
And actually, thank you for removing yourself from the politics bit that you started with and moved over to something else that we could talk about.
No, of course. No, thanks.
If that makes sense to you.
No, listen. Thank you for having me on. At the end of the day, this is This is
No, no.
your panel. This is you and Bobby's panel, and you speak about whatever you want to speak about, and I respect that fully.
No, that's fine, mate. You've done
Yeah.
well. It started off wrong, but it went well. So there
It's
you
very
go.
fair. But I've known Ronan maybe 3 or 4 years now, and he's very strong. He's very strong-minded. He's got his own views, and he's a bit like yourself, Paul, but in different ways. You know.
But most off, I respect other people's. I respect other people's views, regardless of what that is.
And I think you came on not realising that we don't do politics or anything like that on this channel. This hour, because we only do an hour a week. Yeah, it's nice of you to say that, Paul. It was nice of you to say that. And you're welcome back. Welcome back anytime, mate. You know,
Thank you.
Just have a chilled out talk about anything.
But I can tell you now, and I don't know what to call you, but Ronan, I can tell you now, if I'd have been upset, you'd have known about it.
Yeah.
Because I don't hold back. My mouth goes, and that's it.
It's good. It's good to be like that, so everybody knows where to stand. That's a good way to be.
Okay, so I'm going to kick you off now, and it sounds really awful kicking people
going,
off.
yeah.
Okay.
Thanks,
Bye.
Ronan.
Thank you.
Bye.
I do. Thank you.
There we go.
Okay, there we go. So to answer Queen Cheg's question, how often should the pipes be cleaned? Well, the pipes should be cleaned at least once a week, at least. And I used to do mine on a Sunday,
right?
Because of course Sundays was your longest day where you wasn't open. So there you go. It's
well, my local pub used to clean his on a Thursday night.
Leave them overnight.
He used to do it. He used to do it on a Thursday night because he used to close doors at 10 o'clock. But when he was clearing pump out, he'd give the couple of free pints.
Yeah, so, well, you know, quite a lot of pubs used to do that because, of course, to clear the cleaning stuff out of the pipes, you've got to run a lot of water through it to clean it out.
Yeah.
And then, of course, to clear the water out, you've got to run quite a bit of ale through it to clear the water. So
yes.
Of course, you can you can afford to give away a couple of pints here and there because yeah, 40-50% of it could be bloody water anyway.
Well, everybody used to. It was a tradition, and people used to look forward to it. Only about five or six of us. He'd say, "Right, lads, last one," and then he'd lock down and lock us all in while he cleaned them because we used to have a chat with him, and he'd be up and down cellar, and he gives us a couple of pints. You know,
all right.
It was nice. Nice. You don't get this personal touch with these big companies like Witherspoons, you see, do you?
No, you don't. It's because
it's a friendly thing, and it might not cost him out, but it's a little bit of thank you, isn't it? For coming in.
But it won't cost him that all because he'll charge it anyway because you're allowed. You can charge it against whatever you can charge it, and I can't remember the terms, but it goes down as there's a word for it. I can't think of what it is, Bobby, but
it's like
you can offset it against your tax. So
shrinkage, I think they call it. Is it shrinkage?
No,
I know. In
it's like shrinkage, but it's not shrinkage.
Yeah, there's that where they allow for so much that's damaged waste.
It's not shrinkage and it's not corkage, but it's a word
it's like similar to that. Yeah. Right. Listen, we're gonna have to go.
We are.
We're up to an hour, and I like to keep it to an hour because I think it's just long enough.
Yeah. No, I think
we have a good night.
I think you're right. So if you want to say wastage, there you go. Wastage. Noxie
looks like he used to run a pub. 30 litres of line cleaner I used to run through and used to lose at least 8 pints on every pump.
There you go. You're right. I agree with you entirely.
Right, I'll say goodbye to a few in my chat and I'll let you say goodbye. So Roscoe, Adam Scott, Bibby, thank you guys for coming on. Sharon for looking after us and Bibby and SH Legal. Let's have a look. We've had Right. So, anybody? Thank you, everybody, for coming on. And just I'm looking my chat, and I'll leave it to my chat and let Paul have a say in his chat about who's been on.
Yeah,
No.
well, I'm not going to mention everyone by name because there's only about
No.
four of them.
Well, then, aye.
No, I just want to say thank you for coming, and I do enjoy the hour with Bobby on a Monday night. I do enjoy it.
It's an easy going
And
catch up.
you know, we can things can get better. They can't get worse, can they? So that's the thing.
Correct.
They're certainly not going to get worse with me sat here. I can tell you now. But yeah, I've enjoyed the hour, and I enjoyed the latter part of having what was it, Ronan?
Ronan, yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed the latter part of Ronan.
It's-
The first part of Ronan, I
Yeah.
nearly got to this button. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But it's
Boring.
But you know, I held back. I didn't do it. I thought it would be a bit disrespectful. Well, there you go. Anyway, I want to say good night to everybody. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do hit the bell so that you get notified, because I do put other things on my channel. And thank you, Kelsey, for
modding
for me, for being a spanner. And it was really nice talking with everybody. So take care.
Yeah, good
Wish
night,
you all
folks.
well. And bye. And I
Bye
can't
now.
find I can't find.
Go on, you haven't said it, Paul. You haven't said it.
What happened? I said TTFN.
You always say TTFN.
TTFN. I thought I'd said it, but there you go.
No.
Live long and prosper. There you
Goodbye,
go.
everybody.
Hold on. It's still on. Why is it still